Yes, sir.
Come on, look who's in the studio today, huh? What do you say? Let's go, baby. We missed it.
Okay,
So is that? I think that's like 4 that we missed, or 4 or 5. What's up, everybody?
4 for 32.
What's up, everybody? It's the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and the homie Manny Ruffin. Come on, guys, our second episode that is powered by Dimers. Now, I have some information for you today regarding Dimers because for the football season, for the first 6 weeks of the season, Dimers.com has teamed up with an online sportsbook, TwinSpires, as the official season launch content partner to kick off the NFL season. Established in 1996 for horse racing, TwinSpires, formerly known as Bet America, is owned by the famous Churchill Downs. Its sportsbook, which launched in 2018, has since been brought up under the TwinSpires name to provide American bettors with a complete sports betting, horse racing, and casino platform. Currently available in Colorado, Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee, with New Jersey also launching shortly. TwinSpires are currently offering Dimers.com readers a $1,000 risk-free bet upon sign-up. To sign up and to support the All Day Everyday Show in the process, head over to our official page, www.dimers.com/ADED. Click on the TwinSpires link and follow the prompts to sign up. Okay, so we are through our second ad read for us, man. It feels like we're getting a little bit more professional. Manny, why don't you say this lovely gentleman that is sitting next to us, explain your relationship, why this all happened, and what we're doing today.
Yo, this is fucking crazy, yo. Like, first of all, this is my guy. Like, top 2, top 3 coaches I ever had in my life. One of the best basketball coaches I ever had. The definition of a player's coach. Like, the first, I'm gonna get into who he is, what he does, but this is the coach that you get yelled at, you can pull out the game in the first 2 minutes. Like, you go to him and talk to him like, yo, man, can you just build me up real quick? Well, Stefan Thompson, my guy, basketball trainer, fitness trainer, ex-coach, ex-college athlete. Like, what didn't you do, man?
Former.
Give the people a little introduction to who you are, what you get into, man.
Nah, for the rest of my life, I want Manny to introduce me. No, I appreciate that. No, Matt, the feelings are mutual. Manny's my guy. When I started at Pencrest, his crew was. I still talk to all of them. And that was what 5 years ago now.
Shoot.
Yeah. So a while back. But I appreciate you guys having me. This is amazing what you guys are doing. Obviously, I'm a big fan. Right on the show, and be honest, I reached out to Manny and said, yo, I want to be on your show.
I'm gonna be honest, yo, that was like the dopest thing, yo. Like, cause like
cool.
for 2-3 years, I'm looking up to this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to him for advice. I'm talking to him about girls on the bench. I'm talking to him about school.
Nah, it's all basketball.
One day, he just hits me up to hop on the pod. And I'm like, bro, like, huh? Like, I screenshot texted you right away. Like, that shit is it's crazy, man. What do you say? Full circle moments. So.
Yeah, I always preach the full circle moments. And that's why it's kind of cool for me because, I obviously hadn't met you or have really known your relationship with Manny. So to kind of hear the stories and how you are running through everything that you've gone through and all that is super cool because, obviously you're someone that we looked up to as well, just because we know what you're doing and we know the road that path that you took and how hard that is because we're kind of essentially in a different field are doing that, essentially that same thing.
Yeah.
So to be able to talk to you about that kind of stuff is super cool. So just give us a little background on everything you got going on. We're super excited to have you here.
Yeah. So like Manny said, I'm former basketball coach, but it's in the future for sure. But right now, I'm a proud owner of 2 training facilities. Both located in South Philadelphia. I got it pretty diverse in a sense of I offer everything on the table. That was kind of my goal when I opened the second one. So my first facility was just a studio, boutique more or less, more for private, small groups, because that's what I do right now. I'm a personal trainer. This is my 6th year being, 5.5 years now, being a business owner, independent business owner. And what I did in this past January was open a warehouse, 3,000 square feet. It's got a brand new NBA regulation basketball court. Well, it's a half court, but it's the rim itself is breakaway rim. They told me Shaq can dunk hang on it, but I saw Shaq break rim, so I don't know. But but all the kids hang on it. It's breakaway rim. It's brand new court. It's something I really took pride in, and it's called the Plex Fitness Academy. Asked me behind the name, more or less. I always think of something simple. Alex gonna say, "Yo, Dad, I'm going to the Plex real quick.
Right.
I'm going to the,
That's fire too.
Right.
Yeah, that's fire.
Right.
Yo, where you at? Yo, I'm at the Plex, man.
Yeah, so that's the reason behind the name. My first gym, well, the gym I just opened, I just call it Stefan Thompson Elite Training. That's who it is. It's just me.
Yeah, we see the merch. There you go. There you go. Uh-huh.
I told my guys I had some shirts for them, but I'll send some merch over. Maybe you can.
Hell yeah, baby. We'll be
rock it
rocking.
on the podcast.
Yes, sir. You already know. You already know.
Yeah. So, but right now, just like, so I guess from the beginning, it's like 5.5 years ago, I actually opened my first gym with a childhood like best friend. We had little to no experience. We just knew, we wanted to train and work people out and, make some money,
Right. Sure.
We both like money. I think money was really the motivation at first, but then the fact that like you're going to the gym is work.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty,
Mm-hmm.
that's a payment in itself. So, so him and I opened it up. Actually, like his little brother came on like the first week we opened. His little brother's best friend, so it was like 4 of us. It was really cool. We were doing horrible in the beginning, terrible. But for me, I was already doing things, given my free time. Like at that point in my life, like it had been like year 3 where I was doing basketball workouts 3 times a week at 8 a.m. for free, 8 to 10 if I can get a gym or whatever right. Time I could get. Sometimes it was 10 o'clock at night for like high school kids, free. I call it the Lakes, but FDR Park in Philly.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy were just doing free workouts there. Just a bunch of guys. Yo, come by if you want. Hopefully, women were coming by. We're trying to get a more diverse crowd, but I would have did it for free. I still do it for free. I still do it for free, to be honest with you. I still, like this past summer, I just had a free 3-on-3 tournament for kids ages 12 to 14, just to, get them kind of coming off COVID, like kids really in the park together, hanging
That's
and
not.
stuff.
You've done a couple of those because I seen my boys played in one, and I wanted to ask you this too because was that your pro-am event or were you just in it? I went to ask you that.
Yeah, no,
because I seen like Chuck Ellis was there, Gilly was there. You had some players in there,
game.
Yeah, man.
Oh, there were some great players, man. Some like just for me personally, like my era of Philly basketball, like those guys. I just said like So to answer your question, yeah, I'm one of 4. There's 4 of us, the co-founders. One of my great friends, we played AAU together. That's how we first met. His name's Novar Gatson. Played for Rider University.
Okay.
Currently playing in Japan. This is his 8th year. So Novar, Ramon Moore,
Okay.
Temple graduate, went to South Philly High.
That's one of my dad's favorite players. That's crazy.
Moan's a bucket, man. So himself, and then one of Novar's high school coaches / teachers, great guy. His name's Brett Oslin, just a mentor for Novar, and for I just met him this year, but we keep in touch a lot. We got a great crew, honestly. Like it's just us 4 that run it. There's a lot that goes into it, and thankfully, our friends and family, pretty much did it pro bono. I mean, we gave them a check at the end, but they did a lot of work. It was 2 nights a week for 8 weeks. So they were giving a lot of their time. And the crazy thing is the games were so wild, like it was sold out.
That's what I was gonna say. That the turnout was crazy, man. I'm seeing videos. The stands are full. You got people
guys,
jumping off the stands and shit.
You got DJ Newbill, Penn State grad, Strawberry Mansion. You got Mike Cuffey, Strawberry Mansion grad. He's year 15 overseas.
That shit is crazy.
Samir Dowdy, the young guy, Jaquan Newton, Tyreek Doran, Scooty Randolph, just naming some guys. Like every guy, and like I said, especially in my era, I graduated high school in 2008.
Okay.
I would say from 04 to 2010, countless.
They were all out there.
Everybody, I know a good
Wasn't Chuck out there? Chuck Ellis?
Yeah, so Chuck was the coach. He had a Chuck. Harris
Okay,
team.
yep.
There was a game or two where he had to play. He didn't have enough players.
Yeah.
But he did bring out B-ball Paul
Yep.
Reed from the Sixers and Rajon Tucker
Tough.
from the Sixers. He actually brought Dwight Howard with him, but Dwight didn't play. He just was assistant coach. But it was really cool. I got to meet all those guys, and even at the pro am, like I met a bunch of NBA guys that I never met. The last game, I actually played in the celebrity game.
I saw that. You was getting
So,
buckets too. You dropped the tape. I'm like, let's go, Steph.
It was funny because Gilly, the kid, they're both good dudes. Like I only met them that night, but I follow both of them. I'm big fans of them. Their podcast, I'm a big fan of. They get some great people on there too. But it's funny because Gilly put up like a highlight tape. People are sending it to me because I'm in like every shot he made was in my face. But
Oh man!
if you go to my highlight tape on Instagram, I wound up hitting 3 threes in a row
killing
on him.
Yeah, it's the same.
So
yeah.
it was like, a couple people like, oh, Gilly's killing you. I'm like,
All right, let me post something real quick then.
Yeah, thankfully, one of a great photographer named Sarah. I'm forgetting her brother and herself have a videography like company.
Okay.
I'm forgetting the name. I'm sorry, Sarah, but she's great, and she made a highlight tape for me. So
that thing came out dope.
She made it for me and stuff, and that was the cool thing about the Pro-Am was it was legit like for the players.
Mm-hmm.
We had trainers, we had a commentator, we had coaches, we had
shit was streamed too.
Yeah, live stream, and everything in between. I mean, there were as a player, every week you would hear a player go like, "Yo, this is like the most," and I'm not making this up. Somebody has said this to me like pretty much every week. Like this is the most organized like league I've ever been a part of, like, Pro-Am I've ever been a part of. So, and I'm not saying that it was me. Like it was a group effort for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm real big on that as well. Like, just going. I believe in like, you can't do things yourself. Everybody's always like, I'm doing to do it all. I'm gonna take over the world. I guarantee you're gonna need help, buddy.
Fact.
The motivation will get you there, but
that's why there's 2 names on that board.
Facts, exactly.
and I'm sure there's other people that.
Oh yeah,
are in the
100%. Tyler, I love you, buddy.
Yeah, and it's good. It's always good. Like, listen, maybe like you just said, Tyler. Like Tyler, shout out Tyler, but it's always like good to recognize that to that person. Like,
Oh yeah.
he might not even care for you to announce him on the podcast,
Right.
but just to tell him like, yo, just want to let you know, dude, it's been really helpful that you've been around to
Yep.
do help us for things, whatever he's helping you for.
Right.
I'm real big on that, and I have trainers that work for me at the gym, and I try to give them as much clients as I can,
Sure.
freedom as I can. I say to them all the time, like, I'm not trying to be your boss. I just want to help you, become successful.
Right.
Become a good, successful trainer, get a full book of business, do this full time.
Right.
And not speak, don't have to answer to anyone because you'll be answering to me, but I'd be happy to answer someone like myself.
Right.
Exactly.
Not
Right.
to, sound too like that, but I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to that. It's kind of like, I'll be honest, like just lead by example. You know what I mean? So no one can say anything to you two because it's just you two, right? But like if you were a team of 4, you two were doing all the work, it's like, listen, what are you saying to me here? I'm here all day long. I work all day long.
Right.
So that's always like a tough thing. And, when I getting back to this, to the first gym I opened, last year around January 2020, right before COVID, I just broke away on my own and just said, I wanted to do this myself. I was the only like basketball guy there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's it. And it was more or less like we were just going in different directions, and it was one of those things like we could have made it work, and there's no hard feelings there or nothing, but it was just made more sense, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's just we both had our own clientele, and we both kind of got too big for our one space.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it was like one of those things like, listen, I'm just going to go do this on my own and wish you luck, and no one, there's no hate there, nothing like that. And we just kind of, went on our own, and it's been working. He still has his place, and
That's tough.
I still have mine. So
in terms of like connections, and you were talking about the Pro-Am and stuff like that, when you're going down this path and everything that you're doing, how do you go about getting those connections, meeting the right people? Because at least how we think is when you find somebody that's bigger than you, that's going to help you grow.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start out so small, it's very hard to land those people. So how did you kind of go down that path of meeting these right guys that can get you off on the right foot as you move forward?
I mean, truthfully for me, and I think it just comes from like my parents and stuff, like I'm never, and this isn't like to sound cocky or arrogant, like I'm never wowed by anybody. Like I'll treat everybody with the same smile. Like just because you're a CEO and you're doing amazing things, or you're mailman, I'm just saying, I'll still get the same stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a gem, bro.
Yeah, and I think that like for me personally, like it was always like you don't know what that person accomplished. So like,
Right.
why are you looking at them just because they got a T-shirt and shorts on? The guy could be a millionaire, especially in today's world.
Fact.
Like back maybe 40 years ago, everybody had a suit that was doing.
Yeah, you
well.
see like the pictures of Adam Sandler and he's in the
Yeah.
long shorts and the
Right.
baggy tees.
Yeah, he was just at Imhotep with all the players.
Yeah,
That was
because
really
he's
cool.
shooting that movie. They got a couple of people in there.
I know about like 5 or 6 people right now that are going to be in that movie.
Yeah?
Yeah. Actually, my college teammate just got picked for it.
Yeah, it seems like they're going for, because they got like, I think Maxey and Thibault and all those guys in there, but they got a couple. I heard there's a couple touchdown players in there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That kind of, that's dope that they're doing that, man. They're treating those dudes well too.
Yeah, no, all the guys said that he's like so down to earth.
Yeah, man.
I'm a big fan of Adam Sandler.
Love
Like,
him.
I grew up like watching him and stuff, and even his movie now like cracked me up. So.
Yeah, he can hoop a little bit too.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I heard you saying, so like kind of go down a different path, like how you kind of grew a lot through basketball and now you're doing your thing, and like you said how you're always trying to be good to everybody and stuff like that. I feel like, I mean, you say that came from your parents, but I feel like basketball probably had a really good impact on your growth as a man. So kind of like talk about that, like what I don't want to say what aspects of the game, but what things from basketball really helped you in real life as a man.
Yeah, I mean, just
Because I hate to cut you off, but
No, I got you.
the thing you said about having like a dude, like there could be one dude that has a T-shirt and shorts on, but he's a millionaire, and then you have like the dude that's the CEO dripped out. The same thing can be said on the basketball court. Like you got the dude that has a new J's, headband, armband on, light sleeves. He's
funny.
garbage.
Most
the
of the
one
time
dude
he's
comes
garbage.
out, ankle socks, shoes untied, giving you 33. So like,
yeah, got a belly,
yeah.
out of shape. Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times. But no, I mean like 2 things true is like that come to mind, and the first one is that like we curse on here. Like,
Yeah, you
just
good.
I would just say like my mindset is like no one's fucking with me,
Right.
and like it sounds arrogant, but I didn't like.
You need that shit.
These were my guys, but like, you're not fucking with me. That's
Right.
just how I was on the court. And I think that like that made me a leader without even me being a leader. Like I remember on my team that like I wasn't the captain or anything, but like I had a lot of respect for my teammates. I mean, we all respected each other. I was lucky, man, in college. Like we legit had like a brotherhood. So, you guys, I would say the same. That's why I loved being around Penn because
that
it
team was
reminded me
different,
of
man.
like you go to war for these games, but. So I would say, yeah, just one is just have that attitude, like no one's fucking with you. And I say that because like it's not just about basketball. It's just like in every aspect of life, that's what I apply that to. And then me personally, I always wanted to be the leader.
Yep.
Like I always wanted to be like, I'll get it done. Like I'll do it. Like it's not it wasn't to me to be like, I do that or throw it in your face. It was just like, I want people to know, like I don't need no one's help.
Right.
I'll do this my own. Like and that was kind of like why I have the gyms now. So to answer your questions, I would say like 1, just trying to be like the ultimate leader, and that definitely applied to after basketball
Easily.
And then 2 would be just having that mindset of just. Don't matter. Just like I always liked when Will Smith said that. We can get on this treadmill, but I guarantee you, I will die before I stop running.
Right.
Like I'm not going to stop running until you do,
Right.
and I will die instead of stop running. Like
Right.
it's just one of those things. Like that's how I looked at basketball. Like I couldn't wait to. You get that. I think it's just competitiveness.
Mentality is everything.
Yeah, like
Easily,
you get that player that just transferred in. Well, all right, well I'm guarding him,
Right.
Because he's hot shit. All right, I'm gonna guard him now, and that's just how it was. Like, and you know what? I will be honest. Like something I'm prideful about is I think I brought that out of some of my teammates that didn't have it, because I was always a guy like like we're going to war, and like I think some of the starters, they knew like Steph had their back.
Yeah.
So like they were chirping
Yeah, I
too.
can
Someone that really wasn't a chirper might start chirping a little bit because of me.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking shit all game. Like, that's how.
You still do that shit, bro. We play open gyms, you cash, all that.
Yeah, like I'm talking shit all game. I got a funny story real quick. I'll tell you. My old teammate Kirby. I'm gonna send this clip to him. But I was a senior and we were having like, we're in the playoffs, man. It was like end of the year. So everything's kind of routine. You know what it is. Like Doyle runs a great program in that sense. So just like college. But so we're doing like working off the wing, like one-on-ones. So if someone's not, whoever's listening, I'm sure they're basketball fans, but just playing one-on-one off the wing, catching a pass from your coach and getting like 4 dribbles to score. So I come up, we're going a little bit. I come up, it's my turn. And my teammate Kirby comes up to me. He's like, yo, I'm doing pretty good. You're like 0 for 6. In my head, I was just like going through the motions. He turned something on, like on me. So now I'm like, step back 3. I'm like,
Cash.
this is who you recruited? I'm like, boom, score him again. He gets the ball. Back up. I was screaming. I remember everybody's laughing. Rondo defense. He can't shoot. Let him shoot. He literally shot and airballed. Now I'm killed. Now I'm like, making sure he can't grab me. I'm slapping his hand. I'm getting a little physical. When I was a senior, he was a freshman.
Right.
To his defense, he was a freshman. But, it got to the point where I hit like so many shots in a row. And I was screaming at my coach now because I'm just like at another level screaming.
Fire the fuck up.
And my coach was like, "Get out of here, Steph! Like, leave the practice." So everybody's laughing. My teammates are laughing. Not in a clown way, just more or less like, just get out, like you just you're stealing the show type of shit.
Right.
But it was so funny because that was like a story. Like I would never tell that about him to make fun of him.
Yeah.
Because everybody gets got in practice sometimes.
Yeah.
But he told like one of the times I was visited back to college, like a couple of years ago. He told like 20 people the story.
Damn.
Yeah. So he was like, "Yeah, this kid killed me in college." To start, I was like, "All right, you're the one that told
him
it."
the welcome.
Yeah,
You gave him
I
the
didn't toot
welcome.
my horn. You did.
Yeah, no, it was funny, but it was just like that happened a lot, like in practice.
Yeah.
I was like, we were all blessed because my junior year, we could have beat a lot of teams. We were a Division III school. We had a Division I transfer from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, went to Chester High School. We had 2 Division II transfers. We had myself. I always said like I had D2 and D3 offers, and then we had like purest point guard, Chris Davis played for Norristown, like backed up Khalif Wyatt. And,
Backed up Khalif Wyatt.
yeah, and we just like we had such a team where like, and then what I was getting at was when I was a junior, like the freshmen probably could have started on other teams in our league.
Yep.
Like for sure would have been playing for sure. Didn't even play. Didn't even get in. To the point where, shout out my main man, him, he was my assistant coach, Brian Parker.
Yep.
Remember Parker? So this is my guy, we're still friends, but he didn't play his freshman, sophomore year. Didn't play.
Him?
Didn't play, right? 6'4".
I'm about to say, he had that bounce too back then? Because Alex, I'm trying to tell you, like, all this, all that. He had all that.
He has a couple nice pictures of his dunks, but
And he never played.
Went to Chichester High School. Now I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. So he got 2 like championships. Finished the senior year All-American 1,000-point scorer.
Yeah.
So he got that in 2. He probably had some points his freshman sophomore
That's
year.
hard.
Yeah.
But I'd
man.
be surprised if he had over 100.
That's
Because he
hard.
probably really didn't play. So just like that's a type of level of a talent we had on our team. We achieved my senior year. I mean, we wound up winning the ECAC championship, which is like I would compare it to the NIT because we got kind of gypped out of getting into the playoffs. Like last game of the season, we were playing, I remember Lycoming. They told us we had to beat them by like 11. We beat them by like 26. And they said, if you beat them by 11, you're in. It was like a point differential.
Yeah.
We get on the bus, we're all excited. Coach gets a call and said, like, it didn't work out. You're not in. It was my senior year. So I was like, and I had made
ends
the
there.
playoffs every
Fucking
year.
dejected.
I
bro.
was sick about it. I was really devastated. But then we wound up going to the ECACs, and that was when my wrath just came out because I was ready to murder anybody. We wound up playing Catholic University in the championship, and we spanked them. And Billy Donovan, coach, NBA coach, his son guarded me.
You gave him 30?
Talking some shit. I think I had like 25. But I had like 2 good games at the end. But yeah, he came up to me at the end of the game, was like, "Yo, hell of a player." I mean, I respect that, but like, that was a war because it was just like they were a big powerhouse, like Division. Catholic U is like a pretty, pretty talented. Always had good players, and we were like injury, not motivated. You know what I mean? Because we kind of got gypped, and we're like, we got to play in this tournament, but like, gotta win it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I said to my teammate, like my other senior in my room, I'm like, I'm not going in this tournament and losing. You're crazy.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So we just made sure like we won it and stuff, and that was a crazy game because my center was getting bullied, and 6'7" lefty wingman at Mansfield comes out. Vernie he's the center. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So not really a true center, but played center for us.
He fits the role.
And it's almost halftime, and they're just sending bigs at him and just bullying him. They must have heard a report or something. I don't know.
Right.
But anyway, he was like injured as well, like fighting a knee injury. And I'll tell you 2 stories funny. So he got his knee injury because we were in Florida for New Year's Day tournament. We're down 2 points, 2 seconds left. I come off a screen, hit a 3.
Bang.
Fall into my bench. Like I literally was right in front of my bench. Fell, and he tore his MCL or something in the dog pile of our fucking winner. Like I won. Everybody jumped on top of me. And then like that's when he hurt his knee. And that was in the middle of our senior year. So kind of like,
I remember I was going to ask you about that game. I literally was going to ask you to talk about the game winner because you posted that on your gram. And that's the cleanest, like.
I got a couple.
I'm going to get Tyler that clip. I'm going to get. Yeah, he got a couple. I know he got a couple. He's a big stepper. You're not a little stepper, he's a big stepper. But the clip is so clean because you came off the screen and you fading back. You got a shot where it's kind of, you got a high release. So you fading back and it just goes in cash. Like that shit look crazy, man.
Yeah, what's funny is he still is my good friend, but we had such chemistry at that point. My roommate, Brian Nerney is his name. I just went up to him, was like, set a screen for me. Like that's how quick it was.
So it wasn't even no set play. Like coach ain't draw this up.
I just went where I knew like I would be coming off. I ran down to the opposite block where they were inbounding the ball, and I was gonna come off straight, but I didn't think it was good. So I was like, I literally grabbed him, set him on the elbow, and was like, set a screen for me. And that's literally, if you watch the play, he actually misses the guy, but the guy went like so wide that he couldn't recover.
Right.
But I mean, he did recover in the video, but that was so. Anyway, he hurts his knee. Now it's my last game, and I'm just fed up with the knee. Nothing against my boy Corey. His name's Corey Boone. I was just fed up. Like I was so pissed. Like he didn't have his injury. We probably win the championship again, the MAC championship, and because we won it the year prior, and so they're running down. He gets bullied. They're running down on the fast break. Catholic U center sets up on the block, like ready for the ball. My center gets up behind him, and here I come, and I just blasted both of them out of bounds. Like the center for Catholic U tried to get up, and I just like mugged him in his face, and then I'm just like screaming at my center, and and the ref has like thankfully that would have been my 3rd year in the league. They gave me a tech, and I'm walking to the locker room. There's like 20 seconds left in the halftime. I'm walking to the locker room, and the ref was like, I knew exactly what you did, but I had to give you a tech. Like, I knew why you did it.
Yep.
But I had to give you a tech. He was like, they're being pretty rough on him. I'll watch it next half. So it was kind of like, it was justified.
He acknowledged it. He knew why. He understood it.
Yeah, it was justified. But he knew like my center had to play a little more physical. But it was just one of those moments where it's like, it's over. But
like,
let
me get my last couple of licks here real quick.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we wound up winning the championship, and we won. Alvernia University is where I attended. We won the MAC championship, the school's first MAC championship in 2011, which was really cool. Dope. Yeah. So we we were the first team when they switched divisions to win that division.
That's dope.
Yeah,
People sleep on D3 talent, man, because a lot of people don't understand. Like, there's a lot of guys. I was a guy that just got recruited to go play D3, but a lot of people that you got playing D3 either got recruited to big time schools and didn't have the grades. They either was at it, or they were at a D1 school or something, and was getting no time. They had a chance to do it. Like people really sleep on D3 athletics, man.
There's a lot of D3 players that
maybe undersized.
Shouldn't be D3.
Not at all.
But I always say the difference is I feel the athleticism may not be there, but the skill is there.
It's there.
Like you'll get
100%.
a true point guard that, maybe he's not fast enough to play for Indiana, but he might play for Widener and he might be,
and he's still gonna drop you. He's still going to tween you.
Yeah,
he's still
like
gonna do all
the
that.
skill to craft. Like there were some crafty players, and for me, coming from the Philly Public League where it's just man-to-man D,
Right.
That's all I've ever played. Like you guys, Doyle, like much respect to Mike Doyle. Like you guys were whiz kids, but compared to me,
Yeah.
like, I wasn't that intelligent. I just played off skill. I would
Right.
say my team, just my senior year, we weren't that good. So whoever was the leading scorer, we just boxed and won. I just guarded that player. That's just how we played. So when I got to college, running 14 and the flex, they call it 14 Pinterest, but it's the flex offense.
My guy's gonna get that one.
Yeah, and I was getting eaten up on it. I couldn't get over the screens.
Wow.
I couldn't. This was my sophomore year, so I went to junior college my freshman year.
Okay.
I went to Manor College. Yeah, went to Manor. Shout out Manor Blue Jays. That was a great year for me because one, I got my grades up, and then that allowed me to get a lot more money to go to school.
Yeah.
So grades were okay, but I also didn't know what I was going to do because I also played baseball, and I had some baseball scholarships in high school. But, like, I wanted to play basketball, so I said there were some schools that wanted me to play both, like Chestnut Hill
That's
and
tough.
Newman and Holy Family.
That's tough.
And, that's my watch, sorry.
Siri.
But, when I went to JUCO, it helped me figure out a lot because I wasn't so, like, when I went to JUCO, I wanted to go D1. I wanted to go D2, really. Like, I wanted to go to school for free. Because, like, my dad's a truck driver. My mom's a server. Like, I don't, middle class. I wasn't, like, poor by any means, but I also wasn't wealthy growing up. And, I just wanted to, like, try to go to school for free. So, Alvernia gave me a lot of money for grades and, basketball. I guess that Division III is really not allowed to give you any money for sports. But, they figure out ways that align with, you as
Right.
Grants and all that.
Yeah,
they'll figure out ways. And, it worked out for me. And that's something like anybody listening, I would say that, if you play at that high level, which is JUCO, Division III, Division II, Division I, like you're a very, very unique percent of, all the high school athletes
People don't get that.
that are aspiring to play in college.
Yeah.
And not only this is a big point for me. It's one to be on the team. It's another thing to play.
Right.
Because I watch kids that were my teammates play 4 years and never play. But they were on the team. To me, personally, I could never do that. I wouldn't. I love basketball, but I could have never done that. I would have quit, But,
It's different when you're out there. You get that adrenaline rush, everything that you've been working towards versus, there
and
to
the
watch.
confidence, when I first got to Alvernia, I right at winter break, I walked in my coach's office, and I hadn't played. We were like 3-3, 4-2 or something. I didn't play yet. I might have played like 3-4 minutes. When I was at Manor, this same coach was like, you would have thought I was Michael Jordan coming to the school.
You gotta get your ass on the floor, bro.
So I just went into it. I was like, listen, it's all good. Like, you don't want to play me. It's cool, but I'm transferring.
Right.
Like, I'm going to somewhere to play. And I had...
That's sturdy, yo.
Yeah,
Not
like-
even causing a ruckus, nothing. Like, all right, it's cool.
I told my dad the same thing because my dad was just like, he kept saying, like, Steph, once you get in, once you
you'll
show
be
him,
fine.
you'll be fine. But I kept saying, I'm like, how do I, So I told him I was going to go to Widener or Arcadia, which was in Alvernia's league. I was like, and you're going to see me, like, you know what I mean? But
I'm going to give you 30.
right
What did he say to you?
right back. So he was like, we see you fitting in. I don't even know what he said to me, to be honest with you, but it made me stay.
He got you on the floor.
The next game, I get in. We play Arcadia. I scored 27,
Ew.
and I had an article in the Daily News about me. Like, it said,
First real minutes.
counting all Philly stars. And I was the head. I was the main picture, right?
That.
Scoop Jardine, the Morris twins, Deion Waiters, Ramon Moore, who we saw. I just pulled this up recently. I had it like because I was moving from my parents to my house, and I sent it to Ramon Moore because we're good friends now, but back then I just knew him because of basketball,
Right.
and he was in the article too, which is cool. It was like all like just Philly basketball
Yeah,
players
yeah, yeah.
that
Legends now.
are now playing at the college level. So it was cool to I couldn't believe I was the
You were
picture-
you were
the
in the
headliner
mix
of
with
that
those
just a
group.
guys.
picture of me playing in
Yeah.
Gurney, which was cool. And then I started every game all the way to the end of my senior year. After that, I never not started again.
So like what? Like minus 6 games?
Oh wait, so I'm lying. Like the Division I transfer, that transfer from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, he took my spot my junior year, the following year.
Yeah, you ain't like that. You ain't like
And
that.
I was sixth man, but I was sixth man I played all 4 spots. So I played. You know what I'm saying? Because I could sub for the 1, I could sub for the 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I was playing in D3, you can kind of do that. It depends on the personnel, but you could be a 6'2". I'm 6'2". Like you could be a 6'2", and you might not have the speed and athleticism, so you're just a 4. You know what I mean? You're just a small 4.
Facts.
So, but yeah, he took my spot, but he wound up getting kicked out of school, and we were 7-0 at the time,
Damn.
and he was averaging 20, and he got player of the week 4 weeks.
So it was a loss.
And he got kicked out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got my spot back, and we won the championship that year. So it was cool, but we were living together, me and that guy.
Yeah,
so it was even
that's crazy.
Yeah, so then
So what was that? Like you was just cool with it? Like
No,
I mean, you know what I
when
mean?
he was playing over me.
Yeah, like
we were cool,
was it,
man.
It was no
You just lost your
hard feelings,
roommate.
no
Yeah,
beef.
well,
nothing?
he was the one thing. I'll be honest, he brought it out of me.
Yeah.
He was crazy. He was like me, talking shit. His name was Charlie Swiggett. He played for Chester. He was much older than me, though. That kind of I wasn't So when I was 20, he was 24, 25, and he was transferring. He did a couple schools, and he but great player. He jumped out the sky. He jumped over my teammate in a dunk contest at our school, but he was averaging 20. And unfortunately, he just he wasn't. He got he got. I don't know if he got fouled or kicked out or something, but he couldn't finish the season with us. And his name was on the plaque and all, though.
Damn.
I don't know how
That's
that worked
tough.
out. But yeah, when we were roommates, it was me. We were like the basketball house on campus.
Yeah,
And
I already
it
know
was
that
me,
guy.
him, and my point guard from Manor. I forgot to mention that he played for Upper Darby. They actually won the championship when he was at Upper Darby. But
shit.
he was at Manor with me. When Alverni recruited me, I was like, I got a point guard. You need him, and he came.
That's
with me.
true.
So me, his name was Tag Gills.
So that was the beginning of the
Recruiting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I was a recruiter in life. I tell you that.
Nah.
I had a couple jobs, man. That's what I was telling you. I wore a lot of hats in the past 10 years.
Yeah, I was because I found out you did journalism today, all this different shit. You went to JUCO. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
You definitely have all the stories, all the gems. If you had to tell 21-year-old Steph one piece of advice for the rest of his life, what would you say to him?
It's a pretty good question. I mean, to talk to my old self, I would definitely say, don't put limits on yourself. And I guess what I mean by that is just well, it's cliche, I think, but it's
not.
so
fitting.
true.
yeah.
So I was a recruiter for a recruiting company. I was like, if you were an accountant and you're making 50,000, I'm going to try to find you a job to make 65, 70.
Okay.
I'll pull you out of that company and put you in this company, and I'll get commission off of that. That was my job, right out of school. Well, not right out of school because I was still trying to play overseas and everything. And when I got that job, I really wanted to train and coach and stuff, but everybody's like, you got the degree, you got graduated.
Right. Go get your money.
get an
Go
office
do a
job,
9 to 5.
yeah. So even when I had that job, I was running basketball camps and clinics. I was 24. I was 24 at the time. And when I got that, then what was I getting at? Oh yeah. So
Clinics and shit?
yeah, I got you. So I was saying, don't put limits on yourself, because when I had that job, now in 18 months, I went from making 30 grand. I got a raise to 65,000 in a year and a half.
Damn.
And I was the recruiting manager, which meant I had like 4 people running under me. So I went from like an entry-level position to the manager
Right,
in
up
a
top.
year and a half.
Uh-huh.
I got that raise in February. I quit my job in April.
Damn.
Like 5 weeks after I got the raise and I got the promotion. I got that raise and I was like, nah. Like, is this it? Like,
So
is
you
this what
Because
I'm
you
gonna
felt like
do?
it was gonna be like I'm gonna have to commit now. I'm locked into this and like. Yeah, I know
And there
what
was
you mean.
more growth in that company. It was just more or less like, this ain't what I want to do.
Personality fit.
Yeah.
Even my manager, my boss, like, she didn't believe that I was quitting with no job. This is where this comes in. I quit my only job. Before I quit, a week before, I got hired at Pencrest. And that was my only job at the time. So once I quit, that's when I started wearing all the hats.
Yeah.
That was a crazy time in my life. Like, so as soon as I quit, what did I do? I was a recruiter. So I wanted to train. I started like a recruiting company. It was just called Go Time Consulting. So I would just post Craigslist. So what I did was I called a couple auto dealerships that are looking to hire people. And I called like a lot of companies, but
That's
dealerships
smart.
were like, I thought they would need like salespeople.
Yeah.
I think I had like a connection for something like, but you know, all right, here's Manny Ruffin. He has 10 years experience. Like, he's got customer service skills, got great personality. Are you looking to hire anybody? Yeah. Okay. So can I set up an interview for Manny? Set up the interview. Hey, we love Manny. Want to hire him? What's the next step? Okay. My fee's $800 for finding Manny. So I would get like an $800 check. I got one $800 check. I got like 10 $500 checks. I got enough to give my partner at the time to be like, all right, let's do this. So,
Yo.
and that's what I was doing.
Talk about fucking hustling. All in shit.
During that time too. So once I stopped the recruiting, I was still coaching at Pencrest, and that was crazy. Like, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I didn't want to, you know, out of respect for the coaches and the players, like, I probably shouldn't have been coaching because I was very broke, and I was trying to start my gym. Like, I remember that summer before, my partner was freaking out at me because I was doing the summer camp. But we had just opened the gym. And it was just like one of those things, like, we opened in like May, and now it was like June. It was like Doyle's camp or whatever, or July maybe. And it was like, you're doing a camp, you should be at the gym. But besides that, I was doing demolition. I was doing demo, like clean outs, construction.
Just anything to get the checks to keep funding it.
Anything. Like,
Reinvest in yourself.
My second year in the gym, again, not making enough for me. You know, not to say the word complacent is negative, but like being complacent can be a negative thing. Like, I'm just going to make my little money at Pencrest and I'll do these odds and end demo jobs. Like, no, that's not going to get me ahead. That's how I looked at it. So during that, I got a teaching job at a Catholic school in South Philly. So I figured out the hours. Like, the hours were like 8 to 3. So I went into the gym at 5 a.m. I had clients at 5, 6, 7. Drove right to school. School would get out. Drive right to Pencrest, 3 to 6. Take clients at 7 and 8. Leave Pencrest. Take a client at 7, 8. So I'd be up working like 5 to 8. But in that time, I was a trainer, a teacher, a basketball coach, back to a trainer.
Yo, I don't know if we're doing enough, bro.
I know.
We gotta keep up with dudes like that's fucking crazy. Yo, cause
Yeah, that's the truth too.
That's where
everybody,
the success stories
everybody
come.
who played Pencrest ball when he was there can attest. Like, you would never think
You
that.
would know. You would know
never-
that. I knew you were gonna say
not
that.
even that
I knew
because
it.
it's not even like on some shit where it's like the way you kept like it's like the energy in the gym. Like, I would never thought you were trained at 5 a.m. had school and came with us because you barking at us, slide, all that shit. Like, this dude's been already up for. He's here on hour 14.
I remember like Doyle, or like not even Doyle.
That
like
is fucking crazy.
Justin and Ty would be like, "Yo, practice at 9. Can we get there at 8 and do ball handling?"
Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm coming off like a 14-hour day on a Friday. I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll meet you here at 8," and that's for free.
You're
too.
a fucking dog, yo. Like,
appreciate
I already
that.
had like respect for you was here, but like after that shit, bro, like through the
Appreciate
roof,
that.
yo, like,
Thank you.
that shit is like people like you, like everything you gonna get through your gym, whatever impact you make, like you deserve that shit, bro. Because
thank you.
Everybody has the dream. There's people that want to have a gym, people that want to have a podcast, people that want to hoop, all that, but that's the shit they don't see. Like,
Yeah, for
damn,
sure.
I'm down to my last couple G's. Like, I don't know where this is gonna come in at, but I'm gonna still grind this day out for the free. I might do this. You know, that's crazy,
but,
bro.
Just to add to what you're saying, I remember it was Christmas time, and it was Pencrest season, and I was literally like hoping that Pencrest check came, and the check's for like $1,000, $800 or something, like, and I just got to. I was like really. And then I always tell my wife that now. Like, I remember times when I legit had like $400 in the bank and I had like $3,000 in bills. You know what I'm saying? And like, the whole I'm telling you, the whole time, like, I love basketball, but like I shouldn't have been coaching at Penn. Financially, I shouldn't have been coaching at Penn.
100%.
But it was like I already got in it, so I wasn't going to be like, yo, I'm out mid-season. And we were like kind of rolling, so.
Kind of rolling.
13
yeah,
straight?
baby.
13 straight?
Yeah, baby. You know.
Listen, Manny was my guy, bro. Because you were like, if I would say I would relate to anybody, it was like Manny on the court. I'm not just saying that because he's next to me. It's because it was like he didn't care who he had to guard.
At all.
I was the same way. He didn't care like that he wasn't getting the ball. I most likely in high school and college was the leading scorer on my team, but like I was never the type to be like, yo, give me that effing ball. Like I always hated that.
Right.
I might have did it in high school a little bit maybe because like we just didn't have a talented team.
Right.
So we were just, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you playing with a 1700 point scorer. I ain't asking nobody for the fucking ball.
Yeah.
But like in college, like, you know, well, you didn't get like to play ball, but like in college, it's like everybody was tied.
A 1700
Everybody's
scorer,
tied.
yeah.
Right.
Most of the time, like, you know what I mean. So unless the team, you know, could be a little team might be ass, as they say, but you get on a good team, you know, you get on a good team. Like,
Alvernia, y'all had 5 of them.
yeah, we had a lot of good guys. Like, so it was one of those things. Like I was a leading scorer, but I don't think I ever said like, yo, I need to,
I want
you know,
the
I
ball.
need, yeah, like, you know, but yeah, man, like, you know, I just said to my dad today when I was leaving, I said, I was trying to just tell you who he was. You know, my dad's been around so many players and kids I train and coach, and he don't know who they are. Right. There's so many of them, but I was like, you don't remember Manny shut down that 6'7" guy in the Villanova championship?
Yes, bro. We were there.
Listen, I was ready to go to war with Manny just off of the defense he was playing. I think like you weren't like we weren't talking, but every time you came off, I just kept saying like something to you.
I remember it's like it was yesterday. I want to say something about that game too, because you was talking about how to do your senior year, the freshman, you got Coach Buckles, and you're like, all right, now I'm locked in. I don't know if you remember, it was the second possession, and I'm guarding him up close, how I usually do. He hit me with, like, his dude's 6'7", 6'8". You know what I'm saying? Hits you with a baseline cash in my mid range. I don't know if I remember that. They went, stands went crazy. He wasn't talking shit, but he kind of even that look like, got this 6'1" kid on me. This is a 30 piece in the chip. And from that moment, I was like, hell no.
Yep.
But I remember like that game, I was so tired. Like when you talk about like, because you'll have games you're like, nah, I gave everything. No, that was the game. I gave everything. So I'm coming to the bench and I'm not even looking at the board. I swear to God, Doyle's drawing shit on the board. I'm not looking. I'm like this.
Yeah.
And Steph's just
There's a picture like that.
Steph's just talking to me like, just keep going, bro. Like he was like, I remember the fourth quarter, he said, one more quarter, just dig in. And that shit was keeping me fucking going.
Yeah.
Man, real shit.
That, I mean, like I remember, that's a true story. Like I remember being in his face and like saying like, because it was just one of those things like I'd been there, you know what I mean? Like in college, I averaged 39.6 minutes a game. There's only 40 minutes. Like I played every minute, every game, like no matter what. But like you don't realize like the minute you slack,
it's over.
Done.
Yeah, exactly.
Done. And the minute you think like I got to take this play off, that play might cost you, man. That play might cost you the whole game. We got lucky that game, straight up. I'll give the effort, the intensity. It was all there. They gave us that game.
Nah, easily. We were dead in the water. I remember.
No shot clock. Excuse me. Kid hits a 3 on their team. We come down. We score. Kid gets a ball again, shoots another 3 like 5 seconds later.
Airball.
We score. I think they might have called timeout. He gets out of the timeout, shoots the first shot, misses again. But like the first shot he made was all like, you know, all this stuff.
That little tan kid.
Then he missed like 3 more in a row. We were only down 11, so every time he was missing, there was only like 2 minutes left. all they would have had to do was dribble, and we would have had the foul.
Bro, we're down like 12
And,
with like 6 minutes left.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this play, but we had a turnover in the backcourt. They get the end one to go up 12 with like 6 minutes left. I remember I looked at Justin the line, I looked at Ty, and I'm gonna keep it 100. Like I remember there's that, like, you probably had it with your boys sometimes where you had that look. It's like, bro, we're not losing. Like we might get lucky here, but bro, we're not losing. I can't go like this.
Yeah.
That's
it was a great time.
Because you were really like a lot of times like because I was guarding the best player on pretty much every team. Like there's a lot of times where you would be a battery in my back, like Conlon would be a battery in my back, because that shit, like, you need someone like that you can lean on. It's like, bro, I know you're going through it. Man.
I purposely sat. I was the last coach, so I could sit next to who the player was usually like whoever was the sixth man that year, but like then it was like the first sub was sitting next to me, and I like took pride in that because like I wanted to talk to them.
Yeah,
I don't think you understand how huge that shit was.
Yeah, like
that shit was huge.
And I think like everybody knew what I was doing. Like Doyle knew, Conlon knew, and like I think it's like important. Like people don't realize like as a coach, like find your role, because like you can't just do what the head coach tells you all the time. Because like any head coach, if he's a good coach, that's not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like Doyle was like, Steph, I need you to do this, this, and this, and that's what I did. And he was like, oh, Steph's the best. Like, you know what I mean? I think it was definitely like, you know, if he had any compliments, it's probably because I went the extra mile, or Conlon went the extra mile, or something like that. 100%. Because we were like, all three of us were like similar in age, and we all played like, you know, around the same time. And it's just one of those things like, we were all trying. Well, I don't know like about James more or less, but like we were all trying like to get to that next level.
Sure.
So it was like a stepping stone job, but then that's when.
And you meet all these great kids
Y'all
too,
were all
and you're
going
able to
hard
make
like
that
y'all were
relationship
coaches too.
with them.
Like Coach Jays, even though he was goofy sometimes, that was my dog too, yo. People.
No, we had a great coaching staff.
Yeah,
man,
bro,
really
that coaching staff. Like,
I still talk to Conlon. I still talk to Doyle. I talk to James here and there, and I'm friends with Tate. Like I talk to everybody. All good. Like I love Pencrest. Seriously. Like you know, I come from the city, South Philly. Like nothing like Pencrest High School, and I met Doyle through another coach who coached at Arcadia, who told me I could try out for his team, and then I gave his team 27 that first game. But he's the one who introduced me to Doyle, and you know, I knew like that's what I'm saying. Like you know, I tell you, I wasn't financially ready. It's one of those things like I enjoyed it, and I also thought that this is only going to be positive. Nothing negative is going to come from it. Even if we didn't win, like it wasn't going to be a negative outcome out of it. Like I was only meeting more people or being more respected. And I love telling people now, like you know, I coached at Pencrest, and I make sure to tell them like we won 2 district championships in a row.
Yeah, we did.
You know,
so they know, you know what you're capable of.
Yep. So
let me switch gears here for a quick second. Back to the gym. I just want to know, and obviously this will be something cool for everybody watching and listening, to just know and learn about, because obviously for us, you know, we're going down the path of doing this all on our own and going off the beaten path down the yellow brick road, and you're doing the same thing. So what's kind of the process of, you know, having your own gym, you know, the groundwork, the money, the grind, everything you were just talking about, you know, the courts in there, what all goes into actually setting that all up, just from literally ground zero, bottom up?
Yeah. If you write down a business plan, because that's what they'll like tell you to do. Like, you know, in college they'll teach you that. And if you write that down, I would say to you, the minute you start taking action on your business, look at that paper, and you'll probably laugh at yourself of what you wrote down, because you thought it was going to go like that.
True.
You thought it was going to go like this. No, it's not. It's not going to go like this. And honestly, like, it's a quote that, like, I wouldn't say I stole from my coach, because it's funny, like, my college coach said this, and my AAU coach used to say this: never get too high, never get too low. And it's really true, because, like, everybody says, Steph, yo, the gym, bro, you're killing it. Like, even if I was, in my mind, I'm never am. Maybe that's a problem, but I don't think it is. Like, I don't think it is. But, like, the groundwork, I'll be honest, like, when I first started, I had no clue how to run a business. I was very intrigued on, like, I get to design this gym.
Yeah.
That was a big part. Colors and all. So like my private studio now is literally a spitting image of my warehouse, just smaller. Like it's the same, like
Nah, it looks
got green surf, black paint, black equipment. Everything's like my color scheme and stuff like that. And like I took pride in that. Like I designed the warehouse myself. Like maybe you guys could share it to everybody for me at the Plex Fitness Academy.
Sure, man.
But I designed that myself. Like it was a shell. It was open space. And it's funny because my college roommate, like a couple months ago, said, yo, my little brother's opening a gym. I think it was like Westchester or something. Can he call you? Like he has some questions. And I was like, yeah, tell him to call me. So I take the call or whatever, and he's just like, hey, it's been like 2-3 months. I'm trying to get this business plan done, and you know I want to present it to the bank, and I want to become a business owner and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, why are you taking 3 months for a business plan, right? But not even that, because it's important. Like you want to have some. I'm not saying what I did was like the blueprint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's going to have their own blueprint. Mm-hmm. But like for me, all the technical, important stuff, I said to myself like, I'll get that done as I go, because actions speak louder. Like so, while I'm training people, like you guys, you know, like I'd say compared to you guys, like you're constantly putting content out there. Boom, boom, boom. You want this big sponsor, right? You're trying to reach. All of a sudden, they love your content, and it's like only because you guys were doing this, you got those guys. Instead of like trying to figure out how to get
on
them.
all the nitty gritty stuff. 100%.
And like, I said to him, I'm like, hey, can I be honest with you? Like, I think the fact that you're taking so long to make this business plan perfect is like, I don't want to say a joke, but like it's slowing you down, and it's not going to help you.
Right.
Because it's pretty simple, like any business, right? Figure out how much is it going to cost me to run it? How much can I make?
Easy.
Right? Some companies, or I would say like businesses, are like capped. Like if you can only fit a certain amount, or if you only sell a certain amount, because it's like maybe with how they produce it or whatever. So like you do the numbers, they seem cut and dry. But like with my business, it's kind of like sky's the limit, because, you know, I can. So like me personally, like my motto in life is just for me is I can never fail if I continue to work every day.
Exactly.
So like I just got to go to work and train people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can't fail. Like even if you have a day you make $50, like you didn't stay home and not do anything.
Correct.
That day you made $50, you might have met a few people. You never know. You know what I mean? So that's what was for me. Like even when I was doing shitty, I was just like, I got to go every day. And even like my mom and sisters and all would be like, you're working 12 hours, you're not making any money. Like when's it? I just said like, all right, it's not going to be like that right away. Like, you know, because when I quit that office job, which I didn't mention, was like, you know, my mom was like, are you crazy? You're going to quit that job? Like, you know, shirt and tie job. My dad was like, yeah. You know, my mom didn't go to college. Nobody in my family went to college. My sister, I have 3 sisters. My oldest sister, I think she went to community college for like a year. But nobody really like went to a university, and my dad didn't even finish high school. So, you know, I was like that first person to go to college in my family.
That's fucking dope too. Add it to the resume.
Yeah, right.
But it was like funny to me because like I said, like you're gonna quit that job? Are you crazy? Like, you know, and that's where I got more motivation. Like, you know what I mean? But the groundwork is it's like for me, like I had a vision on how I wanted to run it. At this current time, like I opened it in January, I had all these plans. At this current time, it's not going like I planned. Mm-hmm. It really ain't, I'll be honest with you. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, but at the same time, like this is, again, but this is a point in time where like I could just say like, you know what I'm saying? Or I can just like, no, F this, I ain't giving up. I got to figure out. So now I'm like doing innovative stuff where I've reached out. Like I got a couple people that are doing a theater play, using my gym to rent it. I got a couple birthday parties. I got a couple people that just want to use it to shoot around. Like, you know, any way. I maybe, like COVID did a big thing for me. You know, it messed me up big time. Like, it messed my business up.
Believe it.
I was on such a roll, and COVID. And then I got COVID. So it was like, but what I was getting at is like, I don't even think it was like a matter of like figuring out what do I do. Is now I'm in a situation where it's like I gotta make it work by any means. Like, I got to figure out how to keep this gym busy. Or, like, if you're selling water ice, I got to figure out how to sell water ice. No one's coming to buy it, right?
That's what we say. There is no failing.
It's so,
there is no.
that shit was so relatable because I don't know if you know the story behind how this started, but he had his own podcast before, and I was just doing my own thing. I'm working and going to school and shit. I'm like, I've always had a dream to hop on the mic and talk about sports, but it was never, you know what I'm saying? And then he calls me one day because he's about to do his own thing, and we having a conversation, and we just sat there and were like, let's do it, bro. There was no like whiteboard and this is month 1, this is month 2. It was like, let's do it, bro. We record on what? Wednesdays? All right.
Be ready.
So that's
let me get the
amazing.
social media, let me get that, and let's just pump it. Like, and that people don't understand. Nothing teaches you more than action. We've learned the most from all of our fuck ups. Everything we've done wrong, we've learned the most from. And people don't like once you get that ball moving, just keep walking. Just keep walking. It's gonna the path will
mindset.
show you where to go as you walk down.
It's a great mindset. It's like, that's why it's cool. Like, I enjoy talking to you guys because, like,
facts. This is a dope conversation.
I talk to a lot of people that, like, aren't like-minded.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's not much to talk about unless it's like sports or whatever. Because, like, I'm at a point now, like, and that people always say this and you don't think it's true. And you guys are young, like, younger than me. And I didn't think it was true at this age. But, like, if someone isn't doing something positive in your life, like, get them out of your life.
Facts.
ASAP.
Jesus Christ.
But, like, for me, I will be honest with you, like, I'm a lover. Like, I care about my friends and stuff. Like, I grew up, you guys said you've been friends since kindergarten. It's just one of those things, like, you'll never, like, you don't hate the person. You don't resent them or nothing. It's just, like, they don't understand what you're trying to do.
Yep.
So it's like when you're trying to talk to them and they're like, that's what's up, and you're like, all right, I'll just stop talking.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like you don't. And then, like, I saw a quote and it was recent and I was just like, this is so true. Like, they said, 6 people carry you in your funeral to your grave. What if those same 6 people lifted you up every day?
Damn.
That's some real shit, bro.
I was just like, if six is a lot. I'm
Yeah,
looking for
bro.
like 2.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
bro.
Like, 6 is a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Because you said
Crazy.
you're looking for 2. It's like that's why like me and Alex are so close, and my boy Dave, this is his shirt. That's why me and him are so close because we both are all doing the same thing, and it's like those are people like they give me energy. Like I talk to them they talk to me about what they got going on, and like I'm just like, dude, I'm fucking motivated. Like I'm about to go record a podcast. Let's get content out. Like
Nah, it's great.
Talking to you, it's like, bro, like. I remember telling Alex a couple of times. I told you this 3 weeks ago, Alex, and I don't know if you want me to say this on the podcast, but fuck it, y'all gonna hear it.
Go ahead, bro.
I was like, bro, all we have to do is get by. We don't need to get rich. We don't need to be up big. All we have to do is just get by to every Wednesday, record a podcast. Get to next Wednesday, record a podcast. That's all you have to do, bro. That's been the mindset for me.
Yeah. I mean, like, first of all, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, you're already successful.
Appreciate that shit.
And, like, forget about your money. It's just, like, 1, I could tell you both love it, which is cool, And then 2, like, your setups, dope, amazing. Like, it's cool. But, and I'm not gassing you guys. Like, I watch your stuff and all, and it's just, like, you see podcasts. Like, I like podcasts. Like, I'll listen to them. This is my first one. Like I told you guys, it's cool.
Yeah, it's great.
But, it's one of those things, like, you could tell that you love it and you're passionate. And then, like, people watching, they know you're not faking it. It's like, you love this shit. You know what I mean? It's like, and maybe that's intriguing because they're like, oh, I like watching Manny and Alex because, they're exciting, they're funny, they're hype. It's not like you're not watching a boring podcast. You know what I mean? So, and so like I would just like that was hard for me. Like as younger, it's like, excuse me. When do you figure like when am I successful? Well, what's your definition of success?
Facts.
And that's
Is it money?
That's different to a lot of different people.
Yeah. For me, it was like one, like not to sound, lovey-dovey. It was important like that I spent time with my wife. Like that I wanted to work hard enough till I can get to the point where I can see my wife.
Yep.
Because this is year 6, like the first 4.5 years, I would say up until like this summer, I really didn't see her that much. We saw each other like every night. We lived together, but
like
we didn't really see
time.
each other. Yeah, and it was like, for me, it was just like, I look back at it, I was successful then because I was working all the time and I was busy making money, and maybe I didn't own a house or I didn't own things besides a business, but like I was happy because, one, I knew it was going to get me there. And then, like, I say, like, damn, I was, like, chasing the money when really me and my wife can take a day off tomorrow if I wanted to, because now I got a few trainers and, my clients have a more understanding of who I am. So it's like, if I cancel them, not cancel them, reschedule. I try to never cancel clients, but if I reschedule, like, it's not, they don't take it, like, right to heart, because they know, like, oh, Steph taking a day off tomorrow. And you, like, appreciate that, because clients can real quick be like, yo, F this kid.
Yeah, I'm out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's canceling. But, like, they know, like, how hard I work. So I think it's, like, a respect thing. Like, if I say, like, hey, I'm not working tomorrow afternoon, so if you can't come in the morning, I can't take you tomorrow. Most of the time it's, like, all good. I'll see you Thursday, Friday, whatever. And, like, more clients are understanding, because when I first started, it was like, I can't cancel anybody. I have to work. Whenever Alex asks me to come in, I got to be there. No matter what. Like, if you were like a 20-hour client or a 100-hour client. Like I said, I just treating everybody the same. But
Full
like,
circle.
Yeah.
Yo, if you really like a young ambitious dude, listen to this guy right now, bro. There's so many lessons, like, in every sentence, just about his journey, his path. Like, there's a couple things that there's synchronicities, like treating everybody the same, $20 client, $100 client.
Yeah.
Just having heart, being a leader, working hard. Like, I would have never thought before you came to practice you just had a 12-hour day. I would have never fucking thought.
Yeah.
And I don't think you missed the practice.
No.
Just showing up every day.
Actually, I did things that, like, Doyle didn't even ask, just out of love for them.
100%.
Because I was a freshman coach. So I was assistant varsity freshman. So I was a head freshman coach, but our practice started at 3. Sometimes their practice didn't start till 4.
Yep.
So, and their practice is going to 6. My practice is over 4:30. I could just go home at 4:30.
Yep.
But I would stay with them. And then me and Ty would stay for like another hour.
Yep.
And I would work Ty out, and he would get like 500 shots up, remember? Yep. And we did that all through. And then me and Ty had like a 20-minute routine before every game.
Yep.
That's how much we were. And this wasn't like,
y'all were locked.
Like, we weren't practicing this. This was just like from.
It was your routine?
Routine, like,
Yep.
just reps. I'd just be like, yo, we're going to V-cut the corner or whatever. Like, just say little words. And you remember, we were just.
In your zone.
Yeah, I actually appreciated that a lot. Like, because, like, Ty was, like, type of kid, like, he trusted me, and, like, he would literally do whatever I told him to do.
He wanted to learn.
Yeah,
he wanted to get better.
And that's not me saying, like, I was still a new coach. You know what I mean? It wasn't, like, I have more confidence now, and I would say, like, my training now since I was there is definitely, I'm more educated, certifications, all that stuff, just learning a lot. And at that point in time, I would just say I was going off of pure, like, being a baller. You know what I'm saying? Like, pure hooper. Just
I'm going to keep it a stack with you, because you said, like, how you always want to walk in every room, be a leader. Like, and that's, and one thing I took from what you said earlier was, like, is that silent confidence. Like, no one's fucking with me. No one here can fuck with me. For some reason, like, I had no idea who you were, but you walked in for the first open gym or first practice, and you might have said something or picked up it might have been something really little, and I'm like, oh, this dude, he knows what he's talking about. Like, he's a good coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think everybody had that respect for you when you first came on the staff, because you know how sometimes, I'm not saying it, every team does it, but you get a new coach, he tells y'all put the ball down, you're not putting the ball down. You know what I'm saying? But it was like something about how you carried yourself or something.
Yeah.
When this dude talks, just listen. You always have.
That's like, to your point, like, that's like this year, I got offered a coaching job to be an assistant at Academy Park High School.
Tough.
And the first thing I said to the coach was like, I read my text, actually. I said it to him the other day.
Did this kind of put you on the spot of, like, your time change of how you're going to have to, newly develop your whole schedule, just in terms
of, like the coaching job, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I said. Like, I was like,
because I feel like that can almost, mess up your client time and, everything that you've been doing now, because it's like, back to your whole point of how you hustled and you're doing all these other jobs, like, that can almost essentially not screw up that schedule that you had, but then you got to rearrange everything from, I had a client at 8 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
Or I had a client at 3:30.
Yeah.
And practice is starting at 3. So
I say this to my trainers all the time, like, not to cut you off, is like, your 6 p.m. client does not care and doesn't have to care that you had a 6 a.m. client.
Not fact.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that, like, I learned. You're friendly with the person, you're talking to the person, the client, I'm saying. Like, I could say, like, oh, I had a client at 6 a.m. today, I'm tired, like, whatever, because we're cool like that. But it's like, you don't sit there and be like, I'm so tired. Like
Yeah.
someone came at 6, like they're ready to go.
Yeah.
This is like their
Oh,
time.
yeah.
So that's a very difficult part of being a personal trainer. Like just the long hours, like just standing on your feet, and like I might do 100 squats just by showing people that day.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like I might do 50 push-ups just because I had to show somebody how to do a push-up. I might do 10 curls. You know, it's just crazy because like I'm big on educating, like teaching. You know what I mean? So I teach, I lead by example. Like when I'm training, it's backed by science, but it's more or less like I try to put it in terms that like make sense. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you might not say like, you know, row back to your lat, like a bent over row, just for example. Like for me, I would say, hey, when you row, like a lot of people go straight up, so they're messing up, you know, a lot
Shoulder.
of different areas, shoulder, you know, tricep. But to me, like today, I was just, for example, I was telling the lady, think about rowing to your hip.
Yup.
You know, just little things like that. It's like that helps in basketball, so that like helps in training. You know, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's just like, but yeah, I mean, like to your point, you know, I'm at a point in my life now. It's like if I stopped grinding like I was like 4 years ago, I'm done. My business would be done. So it's not like I'm sitting here like feet up, relaxing. You know what I mean? Like I started. My first client was 8 a.m. today. You know, I'm sitting here with you guys.
That's what I'm saying.
7
And now
o'clock.
you go do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, my
So-
first client tomorrow is at 9.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
you do it again.
Right back to it. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, just to your point, like what you said, like hard work works.
And it pays the fuck off. I will say that.
Hard work
Well,
works.
it's compound interest. Like you saying, showing up every day, it's just compounding.
Yep.
Compounding.
Steph, it's been great to have you on. That's all the time we got for you today. Just to hear
This
your
is fucking
insight,
dope
everything
conversation.
everything that you had to say. Obviously, you're much older than us, so not to give you something there. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's all good, man.
but,
I feel 21, so I'm good.
yeah, baby. Just to learn from, you know, doing something that's, I have to say it again for like the third time, but off the beaten path, and something that we're doing is really cool to see someone that, like you said, you know, like-minded, and being able to go down that beaten path and get it done, regardless that for many people that have different definitions to success. To be able to have, you know, your own definition, grind towards that is so fulfilling for us to hear, and give us that motivation to obviously keep doing what we're doing at such a young age doing this. So we really, really appreciate your time here. You know, all the best, and get us those goddamn shirts because we're going to be
Gotcha,
rocking
yeah.
them.
Definitely we're on the show.
Nah, I appreciate you guys for real, man. I wish you both the best of luck.
Thank you, brother.
You know, we'll keep in touch.
Yeah,
There you
baby.
go, man.
If you guys want to follow the Twitter page, head over to @ADED Podcast for all updates. We are streaming tonight. I mean, that's not going to matter for you guys. You'll see this on
Right.
Saturday. And the Instagram, where you will see us reposting all of Steph's stuff. He's got a big following on Instagram, so definitely want to pump that there for you guys. That's ADED Pod on Instagram. Follow the goddamn TikTok, please. I'm trying to go live for you guys. I need 1,000. I'm going to keep saying that. And the Twitch as well, if you want to see us live, which we will be. We have our stream schedule posted every Monday on our Twitch, which is all day, every day show. There is no guys. We love what we do. I haven't said this in a while, man, but to have somebody in here that is, you know, with us in the studio just makes us feel so much more just aware of what we actually are doing, and just gives us the motivation. It's different than having our guest that is connected to a laptop that's connected to the TV in front of us. So it's really surreal to be able to do this kind of thing. And we just hope you're sticking with us and riding with us. Stay great, be great, because you fucking are, man. This ship is moving, and it ain't gonna stop for anybody. You've been listening to the All Day Everyday Show with
Oh my God.
All Day AJ
Yes,
and
sir.
homie Manny Ruffin.
Yes, sir.
My name is Alex Jacobs, but you can call me All Day AJ. See you later, baby. Come on, you don't got one today.
That shit was broke.
Ah, man, that was cool, man. Appreciate you guys.
Bro.